Shalom, Kala, Yahawah, Bashem Shai, Bashem Qadash. Double honors my teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the elect, with the house of David reborn again in this generation. And Shalom to the 1/3 of Yasharallah. Today are known as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who before losing our true heritage, we were known as, and still are, the true Hebrew Israelites of the Holy Bible. In today's lesson, we're going to go ahead and talk about the video we just watched, and we're going to talk about the irony of it. But let's read this first. This is Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. The nation, or the name Israel here, is referring to the Hebrew Israelites, or who the Lord refers to as Israel. And that's because we are descendants from the man known as Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel. It would be Yasharallah in Hebrew, which is Hebrew for he prince power, right? We are the princes of God. We are the children of God. Now, ultimately, the video we just watched was of two Gadites. And when I say Gadites, I'm talking about the so-called Native American Indians here in America, or Babylon the Great, as the Bible refers to it. You see, the tribe of Gad is one of the 12 tribes of Israel, making these Native American Indians the true Hebrew Israelites, okay? And they're joined by the so-called Latinos and the so-called Negroes, okay? All three together, in ancient times, we were referred to as the Israelites. And these men here are unaware of this. This is Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. And these men here, I'm sure they're probably sticking up for what they think is the correct thing to do, right? I'm guessing that they're probably Christian, or either a diehard One Nations people, right? Either way, they're either clinging on to the Christian false belief that the people in the land of Israel today, referred to as the Israelis, are in fact the biblical Israelites, which they are not. They even themselves admit that they are converts that came out of the land of Khazaria, which is basically modern day Ukraine. Now, these men here, they're either unaware of that fact, or they're approaching this by protecting people of native lands, because again, as you can see this guy's t-shirt, it says Homeland Security, right? Meaning, you know, that he's a very proud Gadite, which that's their character, right? But his pride is misplaced. You see, because the people that he's standing up for, regardless if it's because of a Christian background or his native background, right, and his, you know, call to the land, he's actually sticking up for those people who are actually his true enemies, right? The people who have stolen their identity. They're here, you know, vouching for them. Okay, now one thing about this video, this is a channel from like a Zionist page, okay, and the thing is these are only two guys, and chances are they probably just, maybe they're just wanting to get money or paid to perform. Okay, these guys, they're just some random Native American Gadites, right? Don't know what the fuck's going on. This is why they're advocating for their enemies, and they're, you know, in the long run, they're going to eventually find out what's going on. And what is it going on? Well, this is Romans 11:7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it. The rest were blinded. Okay, and this is talking about the Hebrew Israelites, the Negro, Latino, and Native Americans. Okay, and us as a people, we're looking for our rest, right? We're looking for our turn to rule, right? A lot of our people think it's going to come by hard work and ultimately sucking up to these other nations, namely these Edomites, the so-called Caucasian race, right? But they don't realize that right now, this current time in human history, right, disposition of time, is not meant for us to rule. We are here to be cultivated, molded, and ultimately brought through the fire and refined, so that way in the next iteration of humanity, we are set up as the rulers along with the Messiah, whose true Hebrew name is Yahawashi, by the way, right? It's not so-called Jesus, right? It's Yahawashi, which is Hebrew for He is salvation. Well, like I said, that is the truth. And what is that truth, right? What the facts that I just stated, what is that? This is Colossians 1:26. Even the mystery which hath been hid from ages and from generations, but now is made manifest to his saints. The saints is another way of referring to the elect, right? Basically, all Israelites are saints, right? But right now, some of them are acting like devils because they don't know who they are. They think they're Negro, Latino, Native Americans, Brazilians, Apache, Comanche, whatever the name that our slave masters gave us, we end up taking it, right? But ultimately, we are the Israelites, right? Which are all going to ultimately become saints, right? Saints meaning sanctified, right? Unfortunately, 2/3 of our people, that's 2 out of every 3 Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans in the world today, and anybody whose father's lineage goes back to that bloodline, right, are not going to figure this out, right? They're either going to hear this truth. All those people, everybody in the world is going to hear this truth. But those 2/3 of our people are going to either hear this truth, get down with it at first, but then eventually fade away or decide it's not worth it, or they're going to hear it and they're just going to disregard it. They're going to think either it's fake, it's just another conspiracy theory. They're going to have no faith, or they're going to be repulsed by it because they've joined on to the other side, right? The scriptures talk about how this to us is like good news, right? This is the gospel to us, right? But to them, it's like a token of impending doom, right? Because, paraphrasing, but the point being is that that's the truth, right? The Bible is not good news for everybody, right? And though we say the Bible is, written by the Israelites for the Israelites, it's really for everybody in the world. But the twist is that not everybody in the world has a commanding role in the Bible, right? They're ultimately either going to, serve the Israelites once we're in our kingdom, because of how they went throughout their history with us in captivity, right? For example, the nation of Edom, the so-called Caucasian race, they're going to be obliterated. The Lord's going to put them into 1,000 years of harsh captivity, and after that 1,000 years, they're going to ultimately be erased, and that's it. No more Edomites. Okay, and then the world will go on in a heaven-like state, a golden age, which is, like I said, going to be heaven on earth, right? And all those other nations that are not Israelites, they're going to be in a state where it's going to be a righteous state, right? They're going to be happy. Everybody's going to be in peace. There's going to be no more war. See, this is what the election hath obtained, right? We've heard this gospel and we've understood it. We didn't get offended by it. As the Messiah said, blessed are they who are not offended in me, right? We're not offended in this truth. We understand, why this was all set up. This is, let's get this. This is Psalms 49:19. He shall go to the generations of his fathers. They shall never see light. Man that is in honor and understandeth not is like the beast that perisheth. And that's what these men are, right? They're Israelites with no understanding that they're Israelites, advocating for their adversaries, these Edomites, who are claiming to be the Israelites, claiming to be these people. That's the thing, man. These people, though they think they may be doing a right thing, unfortunately they have not received the message, or they heard it and they rejected it, and this is why ultimately they're in this position, which is ultimately going to put them in this lot. This is Zechariah 13:8. And And it shall come to pass that in all the land, right, talking about the entire earth, wherever us Israelites are at, saith Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Okay, so ultimately 2/3 of our people, 2 out of every 3 Negro, Latino, Native Indians are not going to make it. They're going to be out here advocating for our adversaries, right? They're going to be out there, chasing the bag. They're going to be out there basically too busy for eternity, right? Too busy to serve the Lord. But this is ultimately why this is a race for us all. When I say us, I'm talking about the Israelites, the Negro, Latino, Native Americans. See, you want to be in this blue portion, the 1/3, right? The 33.3% of Israel, right? That's ultimately 1 out of every 3 Negro, Latino, Native Indians, right? Because what it talks about the 1/3, verse 9, and I will bring the third, right? The 1/3, the third part through the fire, right? The fire is gonna be all the tribulations, Jacob's trouble, which is basically martial law and like civil unrest, and the coming riots, which these university riots is more likely just the beginning of it, right? They're really not even the beginning, they're like the continuation. BLM and the AstroTurf movements were the beginning. We're just seeing the continuation of Esau's grand agenda to bring forward his beast system. And I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them, and I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi is my power. Right? And that's ultimately what's going on. But unfortunately, 2/3, which it's crazy, right? It's 2 of them, right? 2/3 of our people are not going to get the message. So hopefully this video was edifying, Akim. Till the next time, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Qadash. Shalom.